Welcome back, everybody, to Dungeon Call, Above Board's foray into the world of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Travis Oates, your Dungeon Master this week, and we have Alexa Cappiello.
Hey.
Shea Parker.
Hey, folks.
Brian Spillane.
Hello.
Our special guest, Sundeep Parikh.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Jason Charles Miller.
Hey, you're our Dungeon Master this week?
Right?
Every week.
All right, just making sure.
And over on this side, we have Leif Gantvoort.
Oh, that's me.
Dan Billet.
Hello.
Ashleigh Morghan.
Hey.
And Becca Scott.
Oh, hi.
All right, so we are starting chapter 6.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, and as always, when we start a new chapter, I read a small story from the Grand Lear storybook. Story. All right, here we go. This week, it's another doctrine. Let's see if you can figure out which god I'm talking about.
Ooh, where's my god list?
Death is immortality. To die is to continue to the next logical step in existence. Death is neither good nor bad. It simply is. Death should not be looked upon as an event. It is just a part of existence, no more special or important than any other part. Killing should not be done without cause. As with everything, death has its time and place. One does not eat the evening meal at dawn unless it is necessary. If death is to happen, let it not be undone. Pain and sickness have nothing more to do with death than pleasure and happiness. If it is your will to live without pain and sickness, or pleasure and happiness, then do so. It does not matter how you live, as long as you die. To deny death is to stop being human. Doctrine of Fawn, god of death, the blind archer. Anybody guess that? Anybody guess that?
Mine says fawn with a PH.
Sounds good to
hates
me.
breakfast for dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave a comment if you also guessed that.
Yeah, if you also guessed fawn. When we last left our story, we were in the city of Tyrr after quite a journey of 2 weeks and I believe 1 day. To make it here, as prophesized by a letter on an assassin that had tried to kill our young Tyll.
Called you young.
Yeah, well, he's very young.
I mean, I am the youngest, and I definitely look it.
Yes.
Or no, I'm
Well,
a
except for the
little bit
white
older.
hair,
White hair.
I suppose.
You're older than
It
me.
might
A
make
little
you
bit.
look older.
Yeah.
We had made
baby face though.
we were made our way to the city of Tyrr and then immediately split the party into 5.
Love it.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to
We
do.
needed a break. Always.
Yeah.
One of us went to this temple of Ticket and gambled and debauched and drunk her night away. And then had a serious moment and said, hey, you know that sister I've been missing? If anybody knows where she is,
One more thing.
give me that information. One of us went to the temple of Eelynn, had a good cry, and met someone fairly important while they were there, but without really knowing it. Someone went to the temple of Ceresia, also had a bit of a good cry. Well, crying on the inside. And also a meal and some tea and a pep talk.
Yes.
And did some glass blowing afterwards,
Yes.
filling themselves up with the breath of the goddess and maybe gaining some hope back for themselves.
Yes.
One of us went to the temple of Becca, where she shopped for a bunch of scrolls, which we have looked up. And in 5e, they would absolutely do her no good. So in 5e, you can only use scrolls if the spells on the scrolls are part of your casting knowledge, part of your spell. I don't think you have to have the spell in your spell books, but you have to at least have the ability to cast those spells. So unlike editions in the past where rogues did have the ability to use scrolls, they do not in 5e unless you have some special power or ability. So we're going to retcon that. I'm going to give you your money back and not have you buy a bunch of scrolls that you will then be handing over to Teal.
Listen, If you want to give me a scroll, I'm happy to eat it. But
And an assist.
Yeah.
It's okay. We all did a learn.
So instead, you wandered the streets, I guess, or the bridges, I guess, for a while, talking literally to yourself.
myself, yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. And then we had, of course, the what do you call it? The guys' night out. As you guys partied on into the library.
Crazy stag party.
And discovered a couple things. One, you picked up a book named Karen Feeding of the Tinderbox Dragon, and you copied that into your staff.
I sure did.
So you have the full book. But more importantly, you found a book called Great Battles of Tyrr, in which, through a little bit of research on your part, actually, you figured out something like a key part of this.
Well, I was thinking, and it sort of made sense, so I said it.
Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. So take that, Teal.
Sorry to get in your timey-wimey business.
Yeah.
But it just seemed logical. I know that's also your job.
The thing, knowledge is good no matter who discovers it, as long as it's shared, of course. So I'm just happy that one of us figured it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So Laric ended up.
What was the knowledge that you've been keeping about her then?
I don't want to go into the whole time is important to keep secret. It's the only secret we keep. It's the whole thing. It's just
Sorry to fluster you. That's okay.
To circle back, you discovered that I believe it's the Eastern Tower.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I thought it was the northern.
Northern
The
Tower.
northern tower was severed in half.
Yes.
Northern Tower.
The northern tower
Tower.
split.
That the North Tower was severed in twain at a battle about 1,000 years ago. Would you like a little bit more specifics?
Yes. Yes, please.
Tell us more. The largest battle in the history of Tyrr.
It was in a battle called Tyr's Barrage, and it was literally called Tower Fall. It's a fairly famous thing that happened here in Tyrr. It happened in the year 4 New Reckoning. So it is 1147 New Reckoning currently. So that means it was approximately 1,143 years ago. So a while ago. So yeah, kudos to you. Do you already have inspiration?
I do not.
Well, you definitely get inspiration for figuring out a key piece. Well, you'll never get it.
Crawl under.
Yeah,
Is this something
I'm making him work for it.
that we would all know in this world, or this is something that we just
This
found?
is, well, this is kind of the thing of like, how much do you know about
Battle of Hastings.
But history-
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a famous enough battle that if you're a historian, or if especially you grew up in the city of Tyrr, you might know about this. But it's not necessarily something that would be common knowledge any more than some of the famous battles of the Civil War would here in the United States. Some of them you'll have heard of, but probably most of us just offhand wouldn't know like specifics of it. But it's not obscure, but it's not super famous.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's a thing. What
Like
are
not
you?
a big deal or relevant to our story.
Would you like to scan that book?
Oh yeah.
At least that section.
Yeah, that chapter.
Probably
of
not all the
course.
great battles of
Yeah.
Tyrr, but that section. It doesn't take very long. It's not a massive amount of information. But yeah, I mean, basically the armies of Malek caught hold of the information that Tyrr was supplying the city of Jarrah with resources. And that's why the city had been able to last 4 years. The New Reckoning started at the point when the God War started, which was with the siege of Jarrah. So this was 4 years after the siege of Jarrah had begun. And this was the forces of Malek trying to retaliate against the city of Tyrr for supplying Jarrah with supplies. So it was 3 days of a massive barrage of magical and physical forces that decimated large parts of Tyrr, including taking down one of the biggest towers, which was the North Tower, and collapsing it.
So there is no more North Tower at this point?
No, the North Tower has been rebuilt.
It was rebuilt.
It has been rebuilt. I mean, the city, this was well over 1,000 years ago. So the city was maybe half the size back then than it is now. Not only has that section been rebuilt, because it didn't just knock over the North Tower. It knocked over the North Tower, which then knocked over a tower, which then knocked over, it was a bit of a domino effect. The problem is when you have a city that's a bunch of closely packed towers, you knock one over, it's going to have an effect. So it was, it was a pretty big deal, but they've rebuilt since then.
Was there anything else notable about that battle other than the tower? Like, I know that gods were killed during the Gods' War. Was that
no god was killed in this battle?
Okay.
And I can give you a list of the gods that were killed in the Gods' War, because that might be something.
I suppose, is there anything in the book about like a bag that, or a white-haired guy with an arrow through his heart?
There is nothing in that.
Okay.
There is nothing in that description that stands out to you as involving anything that sounds intimately familiar. So, if you were there, you were not significant as far as the battle is concerned, I guess is how I would put it.
Feels good.
We were there?
Which is a good thing, because then you'd be changing history, right?
Yeah.
So
unless we haven't changed it yet.
Sure.
Or we already did.
Yeah.
Or we already did, yeah.
Or
we made
Tyr's
history.
barrage was a direct response to the siege of Jura.
Yes, it was direct response to them to Malik's forces discovering that the city of Tyr was supplying Jura with food and not weapons or anything, but they were basically keeping the city of Jura alive.
Through Babbage's Hall.
Through Babbage's Hall.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't discover Babbage's Hall, but they did have spies that uncovered the fact that supplies were being somehow transported from Tyr to Jura. We now know that it was Babbage's Hall because you guys traveled through it.
I know I'm not there, but maybe I sent a message to Tyll. Are there any photos in this book? Or is it too old to...
Photos? No.
No photo? Okay. I don't know if there's anything we could recognize,
No drawings or etchings or anything of that. I mean, there might actually... Sure, there's probably an etching of like the tower falling or something, but it's
nothing
not...
of significance for us.
There's nothing that would be like...
We aren't in it, unfortunately.
No shadowy picture of an archer.
Right, like no like small photo, like...
Silhouetted against
Silhouetted
the moon,
against
jumping off
a
the
grassy knoll.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No.
Right, well, this is information we should probably get to the others.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, he's gonna give us what God got killed in the
Right.
God.
Well, I mean, I can give you this. I can tell you, but you won't. This is just a list of gods that you guys don't even know exists. The big ones were one greater god, one lesser god, and 7 demigods died. The big one was Morghan, who is Valina's father. Morghan died, and it's the only time in history that a greater god fell and a lesser god took their place. So that's why Valina is the god of love instead of there being a god of emotions. And we kind of talked about that a little bit last session. Arlindis, which has also come up, which was Declyn's daughter, who was the goddess of energy, daughter of discovery. She also died during the Gods' War. Yes.
So then, do people who follow Valina have any kind of feeling towards the Gods' War since her father?
Well, again, this was was ancient history, right?
You're right.
So Morghan was killed a few years after this happened in Tyr. So that's, again, 1,100 years ago. So Morghan is not really thought about any more than, probably thought of in this world the same way we think of like George Washington or Lincoln or something. There might be people who really are pro Morghan, there are, as you can imagine, there are probably cults which worship each one of these gods as dead gods. I'm sure there are people that still have some connection to these gods, but they're not getting power from them anymore. Once a god dies, you can't get any power from worshiping them. So each one of you that has abilities, you're all basically in this world the equivalent of clerics, because all of your powers and abilities come from a god. So if you're a mage, it comes from a god. If you're a thief with special powers, it comes from a god, fighter, so forth. So if for some reason that god is absent or killed, then you have no power anymore. That basically turns off the switch. So that's, that could be a bad thing. But there is one exception to this. The goddess Aru, who is the goddess of wolves under Vatharus, and Vatharus's daughter. She died, but Vatharus was so despondent by her death that he basically has left her alive in memory. So everybody who worships Aru actually is getting their power from Vatharus, because Vatharus is fueling that worship and is refusing to let her truly die. And by the way, that's why the wolves call her name at night. Yeah. Aru. Yeah. They mourn their dead goddess. So
it's really sad, Travis. Jeez.
Death is a theme, I guess. But yes, that's another little bit of lore. But that is the only god that is currently being worshipped that is actually not with us. And Aru did not die during the Gods' War. It's a completely different story that we can get to someday. But yeah, that's the only time that has happened and continues to happen.
Cool.
And like I said, I can give you everybody else who died was under the god of emotions. So I can give you that list at some point. I just don't know that anybody out there cares who they are, because they don't come up. Occasionally, like you've heard of Tyrr, who's a god of intrigue, because you have an item that was built off of that magic. Yes, yes. So there are a couple and actually Rai, the goddess of generosity, the glow child, has come up because those little creepy children statues were dedicated to her. So.
Creepy kids.
So yeah. So do you want to make your way to the?
Yeah, that's probably
to
an
the Chrono
important
Observatory?
thing to do. Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't take too long. The Chrono Observatory is at a fairly central tower. This is the city of Nigellin. The Chrono Observatory is one of the main buildings. Oh, the one thing I should mention that I didn't mention when you guys got here before, that would kind of be unusual for, I think, the rest of you, is mechanicals. So mechanicals are basically robots. And a mechamancer is another unique mage under Nigellin. So there are mechanicals all over the place here, just taking packages places, doing a variety of things. The mechanicals under Nigellin are very clockwork-esque. So they are very obviously mechanicals. They are not like android-like humanoid robots. They are very steampunkish and like I said, with clockwork gears and so forth. But there are a lot of them here. Like I would say there's probably one for every 3 people. So you just see, and they're a variety of different forms. Some of them are little flying ones, and they use them for all kinds of things here, to pass messages, to, like I say, as delivery folks. And
like these are rare, or they're
other than here, this is why I completely blanked to mention this when you guys got to the city. Yeah, I mean, in Jura, you might have seen 1 or 2, because there were some mechamancies in Jura, but like it was so rare. And here, mechanicals are everywhere.
All over the city of Tyr.
All over the city of Tyr.
Right, okay.
Mechamancies control a variety of mechanicals. They build them. Their spells actually work through their mechanicals, and they have a lot of the spells that are basically like Pokeballs that are mechanical devices that they throw out. So if they have, for example, their burning hands would probably be a thing that they would throw out that would come up and like have a little flamethrower kind of thing that would just like, and then go back into the ball. So all of their spells are mechanical in nature and mechanical devices.
I would just like to say, if one flies anywhere near me, I would like to try to pluck it out of the air and inspect it.
All right, sure. Make a dex check.
Oh, right. Okay, right.
Are you in a library?
Actually, make it a hit. Make a grapple check.
A grapple check.
Yeah. So you can still using your dexterity. It's just adding your attack.
Right. I was at 12.
So you probably don't catch that one.
Wait. Okay. All right.
You know what? I'm going to say if you just keep trying, eventually you're going to catch one.
These things perform important functions. You might be disrupting what it's attempting to do.
That's okay. I'll let it go.
All right. So
I'm just curious.
You try a couple more times, and I'm sure eventually you're going to grab one.
Right.
Sure. You grab one. It looks like a large mosquito, about that big, mechanical mosquito with like little flying wings. It's got large, I would say, camera lens kind of eyeballs. After it struggles for a moment, it goes ahead and stabs you with its proboscis, taking 1 point of damage.
All right.
And assuming you let it go, and off it goes.
Yeah, no, I'll let it go. All right, I get it.
And it kind of looks at you and buzzes and says some kind of, with a clicks and whirs. It's probably telling you off in whatever mechanical language it's using.
Sure.
They have various levels of intelligence. Are they people, or is it just like a mechanical?
It all depends on the mechanical. So basically, again, if you were a mechamancer,
I was considering.
I know you were. I know you were.
Guys.
All summoning spells would be actual as mechanicals, and things like an unseen servant or something would actually be a mechanical. A seen mechanical. Yeah. So there are a variety of it would all depend, just like a summoning spell. You could some summoning spells you are getting something that's more of a monster or creature. Yeah. In some instances, you would be summoning something that would have intelligence. So it really runs the gamut.
I suck my finger.
All right,
Oh, okay.
excellent. But I just wanted to let you know that that's in the background because I forgot to mention that.
Okay.
I love that.
So you make your way to the Chrono Observatory.
Mm-hmm.
This is much larger than the Chrono Observatory in Jura. So you enter in.
Yes.
You're greeted by a fellow time walker.
Yeah, is there like a receptionist or someone?
Yeah, sure. There probably would be.
You have a special bow.
Yeah, or handshake. Is there some kind of time?
Well, I'm holding a staff, which only time walkers have, so I'm recognized, I think, pretty instantly.
Yeah, you see a lot of those staffs here.
Yeah.
And usually you can tell the level of a time walker by the complexity of the staff.
Ooh.
So his staff is rather normal. I don't think there's anything floating around your staff yet.
No,
Yeah,
I was going to harden the staff. We were talking about upgrades that I can get, and hardening
Lex,
was the one.
what's your face about?
I'm sorry.
No reason, go on.
You know, I just want to mention, yesterday you were complaining that we had dirty minds, and of all people
Listen,
to
we
like
were
react.
talking about stats.
And now you're thinking about my man's hardened staff?
Yeah, interesting. All right.
Go on.
So yes, so in fact you did. Now I'm hearing it. Harden your
I
staff.
applied an armor casing to
Yes.
my magical implements.
Thank you.
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
And now and now your quarterstaff can be used as a weapon without harming any of the delicate equipment inside it. So if you want to smack things with your quarterstaff,
Here's
you
the
can
thing,
do so.
I don't, but I have a feeling it's just gonna happen at some point, so.
Or if you drop it down a cliff or something, it's not going to get destroyed. So,
Can anyone
yes,
else use this stuff?
that process you'll have to leave your quarterstaff with somebody here for a period of time. So you'll have to be without your staff for a while as they fit it.
That's gonna be difficult because I do have images to show. Well, if they require proof, I'll do it when necessary. They should believe me, hopefully. Oh God.
So the young man who's there. Yes, how can I help you, sir?
I am looking to speak to what's the term for the high abbot?
Master Time Walker.
I have very important information that the Master Time Walker needs to hear. We have encountered something very disturbing over at on the way here, and I believe that there is, time magic is being used in a dangerous way, and I think that the Master needs to know.
unauthorized use of time magic. All right. Does this rise to the level that you need to speak with the Master Time Walker?
I have a feeling that if I talk to someone at the lower end, it is just going to be moved directly up as soon as I talk about what it is. So, how about this? I lean in. Actually, no, I cast Whisper, so only this person can hear me. I believe we're witnessing the beginning of a time war.
I have a question. Do you have a bathroom?
He doesn't notice that information is like World War III is beginning. Do you have a bathroom?
Yep.
I shall get you an appointment to your left.
Thank you so much.
So about 20 minutes go by. You all have time to use the bathroom.
If you have to go, I'll just stay next to you. I won't look.
We don't need to be in the same
stall. Do you use the bathroom?
Pretty sure I do. You never know.
I glare at Laric.
Sorry?
I glare at you. Glaringly.
Why?
All right. Well,
You interacted with that aberration.
I was curious.
The more you encourage it, the more it will expand into our natural world.
A small one comes up on wheels with a plate and says, pastries to you? And then it goes, floor pastries. And then it goes away.
I'll take one of those floor pastries.
You're gonna take. They're quite good.
I thought you were in the bathroom.
He's done.
Why aren't you in the bathroom?
He probably never even washed his hands, and now he's eating floor pastries for an abomination.
Of course not.
Extremely great immune system.
After about 20 minutes and he becoming increasingly uncomfortable with the number of mechanicals who are continuing to offer him water or what is happening is there are mechanicals here who can detect if somebody is uncomfortable. So they are continually coming up to try and see if they can make him comfortable, which is making him increasingly uncomfortable. So at the point that you're being asked in, there are about 5 mechanicals asking him, can we get you, are you hot? Are you cold? Do you need food? Do you need water? Do you need comfort? And one of them's going, there. So you are ushered away. Do you want to go with him, or do you want to stay and be comforted?
I'm going with him. I'm moments away from transforming into a bear.
Bye. We shall miss you. You are ushered in to the main part of the Chrono Observatory, to one of the massive rooms that they use to actually view the time stream. And there's a person there. Seems to be, middle-aged, I would say. Fairly normal, nondescript looking guy. But the staff that he's carrying has got all the bells and whistles. This probably is a higher level time walker than, what was the name of your Tiberius, I think it was? Probably a higher level time walker than Tiberius was.
You got a little staff envy going right now?
Yeah, I bet his staff is really, really hardened. Mm-hmm. Just say.
I'm staring at it. Yeah. No shame.
He turns around and
it's
sees you
impressive
there.
unhardened, you know?
I see you have a complete entourage with you.
Yes, my companions are bound to me in what is to come, and as such, they won't leave me alone.
You have very nice bathrooms here. Thank you.
Oh. We have mechanicals to clean them. He looks at you. You are very out of place.
Quite, yes. But I'm here on a mission, so I will steel myself to tolerate these mechanicals, as you call them.
Yes. I can imagine that you see them as a misplaced part of the universe.
You
Sorry.
That is a very polite way of describing how I feel, yes.
I know we've got really important business, but do they have souls? The little mechanicals? Can they die?
They can cease to function, but they do not have souls. They are not human.
Right. Okay.
Jontis Vicarius.
Jontis Vicarius?
Vicarius.
Vicarius.
And you are Tyll
Selden.
From Jura. You went to Magnustar's University, yes?
I did, yes.
Yes. What brings you to my shores?
Well, originally it's because we are tied to a liminal event. And I don't know if...
a liminal event?
So they haven't sent any word to you from Jura. I was assuming that they might, but okay, so there's a liminal event that...
He smiles. Go on.
That me and my companions are tied up in, and because of this, some people have been trying to kill us. We haven't been able to track them down, and I think that that's because they are from a different time. And one of the things that we found on one of the people that was trying to kill me is that I was going to be here 2 weeks hence. And so, knowing that we were going to be here, we made our way, but we tried to get here early so we could get the drop on them. That's sort of beside the point. On the way here, we passed through Rawls Bend. If you don't know Rawls Bend, it is...
I am aware of Rawls.
It is completely time burnt.
Time burnt.
Well, that's what it seemed. It has been wiped out, as if the ravages of time have been used against it. It seems to have aged 1,000 years.
Do you have images?
I'm sorry?
Do you have images?
Yes, they're in my staff. It's being upgraded.
No problem. Bring up the images of Rawls Bend from Tyll's stove. It's being refitted currently.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And the young woman just makes some calculations in her own staff, and your pictures start cycling through. That does look like the ravages of time. Time burnt, eh?
Oh,
I suppose that's a good way to describe it. Did you actually see it happen, or just the aftermath?
Just the aftermath. But it is reminiscent of the people that we faced that attacked us in Jura.
And you say that they are trying to murder you because of this liminal event?
It seems that way.
Yes.
We don't have firm confirmation on that, but...
So I'd imagine Tiberius has you off limits?
Yes.
Aren't you breaking the rules then, even coming to me?
I felt that this was too important to keep to myself.
I'm sure you did. To be honest with you, the rules are ridiculous. He takes a closer look. What is the origins of this liminal event? What is the trigger?
So, 10 years ago...
Tell me what you know.
6 of us are going to be...
So you tell him...
Yes, I go through it.
Rather than reiterate it all. So you tell him about the glimpses. Do you tell him about the missing...
Yes, I'll tell him about the missing second as well.
So... Show me the second. Show me the missing second.
All right. I do the math.
Yes.
I imagine in a fully...
You borrow the young young ladies. Yeah, you borrow her staff and try to... so what do you try and show?
I try and show the second that I was... the second that I was trying to calculate back at Jura.
That was 1 month hence.
Yes.
Back
so
in Jura.
now... approximately 2 weeks hence.
So you show that moment in time, and you look at it, and there is no missing second.
What do I see? Just the second that I expected?
Yep.
What?
I don't see a missing second.
This is... I don't understand what's happened. It was gone. I had people check. My whole minute checked it, and Tiberius checked it. It was gone.
I know Tiberius's math is not exactly what I would call tip shape. He says, looking.
That shape.
I don't see a missing second.
I don't know.
Are you wasting our time, sir?
Is there anything odd or suspicious about the way he's saying this? Because a guy
Go
who...
ahead and roll. I mean...
Insight,
Is it- Yeah,
that would be
perception?
perception. No, that would be insight.
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 So go ahead and roll insight.
Yeah. Gosh. Seems
good to you.
Yeah. Seems fine, yeah. I can't imagine anything.
I mean, he's maybe a little bit arrogant.
Right.
But I mean, he doesn't seem like he's being deceptive about his arrogance.
No, I just think it's weird. I asked because it seems strange that someone who runs a big organization thinks the rules are ridiculous. That's all. Anyway, that's what in my head.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, sorry.
As someone who practices and follows time, you know how important it is, and I feel like you're wasting ours, sir.
I don't know you, and you don't know me. So I'm going to try to not take that as the biggest personal insult that anyone has ever laid upon me. I legitimately do not know what has happened. I have had multiple people check this multiple times, and every single time it was simply gone. And this whole quest that we've been on has been tied to this. We've been told that it is a liminal event, and just now we've realized that the vision that all of us have seen, they shared my glimpse. I had a glimpse 10 years ago, and just a few weeks ago, my companions, most of my companions saw it themselves, but they saw their connection to it, their moment.
Well, maybe this supposed missing second has nothing to do with your glimpse. Maybe it's not related.
What we saw was in the past.
Sure.
It seems that, I was going to guess that the missing second would be the moment that we go back or something. I don't know how we get there. We're not trying to go to the past, but...
Your staff is rather new, so maybe you just made a mistake.
All right, look, I don't know anything about this missing second, but what I saw was dead people. And if he's saying that it's time related, then why can't you help us with that at least?
Well, according to Tiberius, I shouldn't be helping you at all.
Fine, let's go. If they're not going to help us, we don't need to be here.
Make an intelligence check.
This guy's up to no good.
Wow, we're all rolling more.
Just straight intelligence?
Yes.
That's going to be a 7.
Somebody use your inspiration.
Please.
Oh, yes, right. Forgot about that.
Well, I don't have inspiration, so... Yeah.
Well, I'd like to make an insight check just to...
You can make an insight check if you like.
He's not.
I got an 11.
Again, this guy doesn't seem to be, again, he's being difficult, but he doesn't seem to be being deceptive about how he's being difficult.
Yeah.
Could I give my inspiration to...
If you want to give your inspiration to him, that is very generous. You may do so.
I won't ask you to do this.
Do it.
I need to know. And you're the most...
All right, so you might as well just
turning it in.
and
I
me.
appreciate it.
There we go.
Roll well, my friend.
Using a different die.
Yes.
Yes, that is a 19.
All right. When you were looking up that missing second, 1 month into the future, it was almost exactly 1 month into the future that you saw that.
Yes. I want to try something. Can you bring up exactly 1 month from now?
I suppose, sir.
She does so.
All this tiny whiny stuff.
And when she does so, her jaw drops. Because 1 month into the future, there is not a missing second. There is a missing 42 minutes and 34 seconds.
Whoa. Well, now do you take us seriously?
I suppose, sir.
This is what I saw, but it was smaller back then.
He looks at it. Yes, that's a problem, isn't it?
If it's this big, do you not have chroniclers that have noticed
So,
this?
when you saw this,
Yes.
it was a month from the time that
Yes.
and now it's still a month away. Do you know what that means? Do you know from your lessons?
Of course he doesn't, sir.
Do you know what it means? He says, looking at you.
She knows.
Of course I do, sir.
What does it mean?
It, according to my studies, if I can recall, was a long time ago, sir. This is the future.
Wrong.
Nailed it.
It seems to be a cascading event.
It is a cascading effect of sorts, but it is not 1 month hence.
Right.
This is in the time stream itself. That's why it's flowing forward. This is not a missing gap it is a missing gap in 1 month from now, but it is a missing gap 1 month from now within the time stream. So as the time stream moves forward, it moves forward with it. What this looks like is an explosion or implosion that has happened within the time stream itself. That means something is either destroying or expanding some kind of thing within the time stream. That means that when that ripple effect reaches our current time, something disastrous should happen. And if it was only 1 second, how long ago?
2 weeks. I say the exact date.
You say the exact time.
I believe it was 11 days.
Yeah. Then that means that it has expanded at an alarming rate. I would say we have 17 days. 17 days before that hole, which is growing on both sides, reaches a 2-month hole within our present day. And when that happens, that means that we will no longer be within the time stream, which that means time will cease to exist within our current position. Do you know what happens then? You do not.
Something bad.
We do not.
Because it's never happened before, and I don't know what would happen then either.
He sounds so calm about this.
He's a
That's
time
what I was
walker.
going to say, sir.
Don't freak out about it in the future. Yeah.
Sorry for doubting your second.
Indeed. So, Tiberius is an idiot for ignoring this the way that he did. He should have seen it expanding. I have a feeling this day after you left, he checked the math and it was gone again, so he ignored it. He didn't take the next step. This is something that everybody should know about. This will only be a secret for a very short period of time before every time walker on Lear knows that, well, the end of everything is coming, isn't it? Unless someone can stop it. And it's your liminal event, is it?
What I've been told.
This should be interesting.
Yes, it shall.
So, according to your Tiberius, we are to not assist you in any way, shape, or form, yes?
Yes, but you did just say he was an idiot.
I
so
did.
Maybe you could?
The rules, my boy, are set in place by people who believe that order is more important than survival. What do you need from me? Now, I shall tell you this. I am unusual. You will not get help elsewhere. Don't bother going to Magnestar. They only think with their minds, not with their hearts.
I remember.
How can I help you?
Well?
This guy's trying to burn it down from the inside.
Maybe some pills for his staff?
Some pills? Well...
Did you say pills? Do you think his staff is sick?
I mean, his misunderstanding notwithstanding, upgrades to the staff, any tools that we can have.
Did you tell him, by the way, about the fact that your vision takes place in the year 4?
All I said is it takes place in the past. I haven't said specifically when yet.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what are you trying to eyeball at me? But my insight is so terrible, I wouldn't know. So where we're going, I believe, is the Gods' War.
You mean you're going to the past?
Yes, our vision takes place in the past.
How many of you are going?
At least 6 of us.
Eld, is that all? So, you are telling me that you want to get at least 6 of you back into the past over 1,000 years?
I don't want to.
I
want to be very clear about that.
Listen, this is beyond what a regular Time Walker could do. I cannot even take you there, which is something. But there are 3 ways I can think of for you to make your way that far into the past with that many people. 1, the threshold. You can go to that and it's at the Magnestar's Chrono Observatory. If they allow you to do so, you may enter into the time stream itself and try and find some way to make your way backward in time, exactly 1,143 years to the moment that you're looking for. That is probably a poor idea, but it might work if you have the proper instrumentation and you have the acquiescence of the scholars within Magnestar.
And the other 2?
The Infinity Well. That's a mirage. The capital city of the Jakan Empire. Infinity Well is a nexus of power so great that it can act as a doorway to practically anywhere. You'll have to get their permission. Good luck with that. Or you can go to Carvel's Breach. That is in the continent of Fodor. Under Malachian rule. There's a hole ripped in time and space, and you can just jump into it and help for the best. Those are the 3 options that come to mind. None of them are ideal. You see, you'd have to have a Time Walker of immense power, beyond my power, to accomplish this on their own. And any Time Walker of that caliber will be unlikely to help you because you are part of a liminal event, and they are afraid that if they help you, they will upend the status quo in a way that shall be disastrous. I shall give you some major upgrades to your staff. And we'll send you with some equipment of specialist variety that shall help you on your journey. I shall also outfit you with some special equipment that we have here that I've collected over the years. The idea that you should not be helped in this endeavor is ridiculous on its face.
So glad to hear you say that.
Why worry about breaking a couple rules when in 17 days there might not be any rules? Yes. So, it'll take me some time to get all this together. Where are you staying?
I don't believe we've picked an inn, but we had a place in. Sorry, above the board. Did we have a place in mind that we were going to be staying?
We're going to meet up at
We don't have an inn.
luxury inn on the top of the key tower, but that's really nice.
We had intended to stay at the luxury inn at the key tower.
I shall pay for you to do so.
We will definitely be staying in the
Actually, we're going to stay in the penthouse. In the penthouse of the luxury.
Y'all aren't here, but I'll inquire.
You hear us echoing through
From
your
this
brain.
moment on, limit your travel within the city. The less people who see you here, the better. Whoever is trying to kill you knows of your existence how many days from now?
2 days from now.
The longer than you could keep that a secret, the better.
And
If we can get you out of the city before the 2 days are over, that would be best, yes.
Do you have any idea who might want time to stop?
Anarchists. Those who do not appreciate the status quo and want to blow the entire system. Malachians. Those who follow the god of murder and want to do so on a large scale. I
know those people. I don't like those people.
What is confusing about this is utilizing time. Yeah. So someone with our skills is messing with things that they should know better.
Can I ask you a question?
You may.
Do you recognize this?
I do not. However, I have vast resources here. Take a image of that, would you?
Yes, sir.
Let us run it through. Let us run it and compare through all of our databases. I will be shocked if something doesn't come up somewhere to give you a key to just what that symbol is.
I would appreciate it.
We shall meet tomorrow morning. I shall have a retinue come to your rooms, give you those devices. Good luck, dear boy.
Thank you.
Not all of us are going to leave you in the lurch.
Yes, good luck, newbie.
And he kind of puts a hand up and touches like kind of behind your ear and just looks at you very lovingly.
That's weird.
And this, be careful.
Not that weird. No, it's weird.
May you have enough time to come to the task.
There we all.
All right. Be safe. Go directly.
Directly to the inn?
Yes. Make sure that their rooms are paid.
Yes, sir.
6 rooms, did you say? 6 rooms?
8.
If we could get 8.
8 rooms.
8 rooms. Yes,
Or 6, I'll share.
7 will be fine, because I'm sleeping with you.
You aren't. I have maybe a different person who could watch me.
8
rooms.
8 rooms. They can work it out themselves.
Yes, sir. I don't want to know their personal business.
I shall see you tomorrow.
Good luck.
All right. We move from that shockingly tender twist to someone who was kind of a jerk moments before to the Winward Sky Dock, where a Terengo Valier, is that how you pronounce the last name?
Valier, yes.
Valier, is affixing his sky ship, the Cloud Kirana, with some help from a mechanical or two, docking. What's this? What? You!
Come on.
Terengo, your ship cannot dock here. I've told you this. You know that you've expired. Unless you got the money, are we going to pay up? Do you have the docking free from last month?
Terengo is good for the money. Don't worry about that. It's coming to you, okay? It's on a layaway, so to speak. Yes. And this is my favorite dock. I mean, it's like the best dock. So.
You say that every time.
You just keep your dock so fresh.
I do keep my dock fresh. I work at it.
You're the best dock keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. What do you say? For old friends, huh?
We are not friends.
All right, old acquaintances.
We are not acquaintances.
The old people who have just occasionally hung out.
All right. But if by the end of today you don't have last month's docking fees and the new docking fees for this month, I'm gonna take a couple of those mechanicals.
No, not my. Come on, that's my crew, man. You're gonna take my crew?
Yes.
Then how am I gonna make the money? Think about that.
I don't care. We'll take that one. I'm gonna take that one.
Hey, you don't touch fake Wyland. Okay, that's my first mate.
That's right. Says fake. I go everywhere with him.
Yeah, he gets suddenly serious, like very serious. You don't touch fake Wyland.
Fine. I'm gonna take fake Bobby. And I'm gonna take fake Alan.
I mean, honestly, I'd rather do that than pay you.
Fake Alan's like,
oh no, definitely don't take them. Oh no. I would hate that. Listen, I'll get your money. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys.
you drop 5 barrels, says fake Alan. All right. Fine.
Nah, we gotta.
You got till midnight.
All right. Wyland, come.
Where are we going to get the money?
We gotta find work, okay? You know I hate work, but we gotta find some.
Hate doing anything. That's why you have all of us built for you. Last time I saw you do something was 3 years, 4 months, 6 days, 3 hours.
It's been a hell of a vacation. It's been good. Yeah, it's not working, but I think it is time, maybe we can find someone to ferry about or a ship to fix or something, so do the thing you do with all the mechanicals, like, search within your mental weird databases and find some odd jobs for us or something.
What, do I look like a magician? I'm a mechanical.
Yes, can't you talk to those little buzzards that fly around here and say, hey, like, isn't there a sort of posting or something?
What, you think all mechanicals are alike? You think every mechanical is built by the same master? Is that what you think?
No, of course I know that is not the case.
Yes, I can talk to them.
That's what I thought.
He starts interacting with one person. Hi, this one was manhandled by somebody. Hi, said he had cold hands but a strange loving heart.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Does he seem like a sucker? Someone we could hose for cash?
He has a strange loving heart, so maybe.
Yes.
We can go in that direction.
Yeah, sure. I'm feeling
Unless,
the
of
vibes,
course,
so let's go.
Unless, of course, you want to get blind drunk before we go.
Oh, God, don't tempt me. That sounds so fun.
So you head in that direction. Now, the Winward Sky Dock is about 3 massive towers away from the Key Tower. And the Key Tower does have the best bar / inn in the city.
Yeah, it's my jam.
Yeah, and there's a barmaid there that has a tendency to slip you drinks.
Yeah, okay, let's head there. We're going to that place. Yeah, for sure. And I know her, right?
Fake Wyland is like, but.
No, we'll get to that for sure. Just a quick pit stop. Yes, for some refreshments.
I am not holding your hair tonight.
That's okay. Fake Bobby will do that. It's no problem.
So you make your way into the Key Tower, to the luxury inn at the top of the Key Tower. And it's nearing sundown, so the place is just starting to really fill up. When you walk in there, there's a number of people there that like shout out and like wave over to you. You're very well known in this inn. So so you come in. A couple people already are buying you drinks. You're fairly charismatic and well-known patron here. Fake Wyland is resigned to the fact that you're not leaving here tonight, most likely, and sits down at one of the tables and semi shuts down.
Yes, put you in rest mode.
He hates to watch you drink.
Oh, come on.
He thinks it's bad for your liver.
Yeah, he might be right.
So, as you start getting going, most of the rest of you, I would imagine, start to trundle in. Unless you are...
Tiny?
Yes. You're the one that's already started this whole thing early.
She's definitely late.
All right. So she's going to be a little late. Everybody else kind of makes their way in. And sees each other and makes their way to a table. I'm going to say that your table is right next to Terengo's table, so that if you were talking, he might be able to overhear things that you would be saying. So, do you fill them in on...
Before Zin bounds in. Teal! Oh my goodness! I've been so worried about you. Are you okay? Oh, your hair looks great today.
Thank you. We're all right. There's a lot that we need to talk about.
You look serious.
Yeah,
More serious than usual.
Oh, thanks.
What happened?
Eelynn moves closer to Teal. Yeah, what happened?
This. Is everyone here at this point?
Are you everyone?
But
Dione stumbles in the elevator.
There are, in fact, if you look behind you, there are lifts that do take. If you see the little magical lifts that do take.
The door opens and she flings her arms wide and says, "Ta-da!" to show off her new outfit, but she's facing the back of the lift, and then just kind of like people.
Well, you've got a cape, right?
Caught in the Oh yeah, everything's gold.
So we see the
shimmer.
cape in all of its glory.
Yeah, that's what I meant to show you. Do you like it?
Oh, me. It's lovely.
Never mind, fashion's not your thing. Do you like it?
Great, sister. I love this color on you.
She spins and falls down. Anyways, am I late for something?
Teal was just about to fill us in on the information he got, sister.
Great, I have information too.
Oh, good. Okay, so I've talked to and I'm sort of trying to lean people in close, not trying to talk like super loud.
I can't hear you.
Why are you whispering?
Because what I'm about to say is sensitive.
Oh.
You don't want anyone to hear the sensitive information?
Fake Wyland also wakes up.
It's a secret.
You see that little area around his ear.
Don't be so obvious to idiots.
Then zip it.
Yeah, tell us.
So I went there, I'll detail the whole meeting with them and talk about. So there are 3 places that we can go that could theoretically get us there. There's the Threshold. This is at Magnustar. I'm familiar with Magnustar. I went to school there. I spent some time. I'm on decent footing with the faculty. Not amazing, but
We break in.
I wasn't paying a lot of attention, but didn't he specifically tell us not to go there?
Well, honestly, none of the options are good. Okay, so it's going to be difficult because we have to deal with the Time Walkers who are in charge of the Threshold, and there's kind of I'm kind of blacklisted at this point.
It doesn't sound like the best footing.
Well, no, okay, so that is recent. That's just because of the whole, all of us thing. That apparently word has gotten around. So not, great relations. Didn't have amazing relations to begin with, but that's
But there's other options.
right.
Yes.
So the second one is the Infinity Well. I don't
That
know
sounds promising.
much
Infinity
about
Well.
this.
That
Yes.
sounds really good.
I
like the name of that.
We break in.
This is in Mirage.
It's a mirage? Well, how are we going to find it?
People can hear us out of the box.
It's in Mirage.
It's in Mirage.
Yes, so, surrounded by desert. Difficult to get to. Mirage, this is sort of a portal to anywhere kind of situation. Again, it is controlled.
I'm going to stop you right there. There's no way that they're going to let us use that portal. I've heard of it. There's no way they're going to let us use that. But we could try.
I mean, one suggestion that has been floated is we break in.
We break in.
Yeah, that was...
I don't know that we're going to get much cooperation with any of these options.
And what's the third?
The third option is Carvel's Breach, but that's in Fodor. So
That's way too far.
Wait a minute.
And it's not as cool a name.
A random rift in time and space? Let's do that one.
that one is, of all the options, to be honest,
It's like flipping a coin.
She's been drinking.
I should also mention that Fodor, because I know you guys don't know all the history, but Fodor, the main continent of Malak, was broken in half at the end of the Gods' War. That's how the Gods' War ended, and it killed like 7 million people, I think, in that one event. And so the continent has been, and as a result of that, Fodor in particular is like an area of extremely dangerous magic and creatures, and it's the most dangerous place on the planet by far. So like it's considered an almost impenetrable wasteland of magic and mayhem. So,
Again,
just-
would our characters know that?
yes, your characters
Okay.
would know that.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fodor.
Yeah.
so
Always
I'm
wanted
not,
to go.
I'm not personally inclined to go there.
What I'm hearing is doom, and the worst doom ever.
Maybe.
What I'm hearing is, which one can we get to?
Well, the closest ones, I mean, I think Mirage is closest, but there's a desert in the way. Magnestar is a little farther, but there are roads that go there.
And am I right in remembering that we have a ticking clock?
Yes, we have 17 days. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's important. We have 17 days.
17 days?
Oh, God.
17
what about-
days to get to 3 days.
But yeah, what about the event before that
You're
event?
not going to live that long.
I will. Okay? So there is someone coming for me, and that's in 2 days, actually.
So confused. I know. So
All we know is that they know that I'm going to be here. We don't know that they're going to kill me, and in fact, I think that he's not. So I'm confident about our odds with that. That's just, that separate problem. 17 days is a much bigger problem. That's when the whole world.
So what do we
More days to
do,
work
Teal? Do we stay here and someone kills you, or we leave when we die in 17 days?
So I call over the barmaid. And I'm like, play along. Yeah, can you believe it? It's crazy. This rich man wants to rent my skyship to take him on a grand tour anywhere he wants to go, even the most difficult places to go. It's crazy.
Where, you are the one who can go anywhere at any time.
That's true. It's the one skyship that can do it, and I'm like, oh, do I just want to ferry this rich guy around? Oh, man,
Wouldn't you
it
rather
just
do
seems so
something
unimportant.
Wouldn't you rather do something of substance?
Yes, I would. I want, a direction in my life. I don't want to just be, this servant to the very wealthy highborns.
maybe you see all of our heads slowly turn.
Can you be quiet? We're trying to have a private conversation. You're being a little too loud.
Fellig.
No, what? No, be louder.
You have a skyship, you said.
Well, excuse me. Are you talking to me? I am having a conversation with my...
He's a captain of a skyship.
A skyship?
Yeah, one of the grandest skyship ever.
The greatest skyship ever, the Cloud Kirana. But unfortunately, it's booked up, so.
Oh, then never mind.
never mind.
What were you saying?
But you guys maybe need this guy. I mean, I might know
Sorry, what?
somebody.
Did you have more to?
Oh, yes. No. I mean, I'm just saying, if you guys are in need of skyships, I might be able to.
How much does this skyship cost?
Oh, I have horrible news. I have just been informed by this small creature here that the person who was going to hire you to have you take him on a tour is canceling. We are now free.
Oh, that's
Oh my
tough luck
goodness,
for
this
you.
is crazy, you guys. You won't believe it, but we just had a cancellation, but there's a wait list, right? So we have to probably. Well, good luck, guys. And so I get up and start to walk away.
I'd
with
like to
Winward.
book you to go to Fodor, because I think it could be cool.
Hold on.
Sister.
You guys want to go to Fodor?
Probably not. We haven't
Number
discussed-
one destination on my travel bucket list.
No,
What?
don't
not-
want
Do you want to die?
I'm not sure dying is in the right mind to be doing
Well, feels like
any
we're gonna-
negotiations for.
Seems like
us
we're
right
gonna die regardless, so which one's the slower death? Sorry, I didn't mean to be so morbid.
So this is a matter of life and death.
Yeah. We just have to go somewhere important, and it's going to be.
Everyone's life and death.
But we kind of need a deal because I spent all my coin on the ensemble.
Oh, is that Louis Vuitton's design? It's so beautiful.
Yes.
Yes,
Also
those are
a
very
follower's
pricey.
ticket.
Well, what kind of coin do you carry?
The gold kind.
Yes.
I like that kind. That's my
Some
favorite.
silver ones.
Those are my second favorite.
Not like we have an unlimited benefactor who can help us.
Listen, Fodor is a far and dangerous journey.
One moment. Would you mind giving me my
Oh yeah, well I'll definitely give you your space and not listen, of course.
I'm going to try and cover as many people with the cape as I can as we huddle.
So 2.
So everybody get in.
So it's just me and Sister under the cape.
Everybody get in.
I really don't want to go to Fodor, but regardless, we need to figure out where we're going.
And we have to go, right? It's a must.
How large is the portal in Mirage?
All of these options will be able to accommodate, I believe, all of us.
We just fly the ship right in.
Oh, it's protected. I'm pretty sure.
So you break in by flying the ship right in.
Do you want to see if you know much about the Infinity Well? Go ahead and roll Arcana. And I'm just giving it to her.
11.
So, first of all, the city of Mirage is a domed city which sits under the sand during the day and rises every night.
Cool.
It is the most magical city on the planet. It is built on a giant nexus. The Infinity Well is the center of that magical nexus. It powers the city. It's large, but it's inside the city, like within the depth of the city. So you couldn't drive a. Now, other than that, she doesn't know how big it is. Like
But
she
you
just
couldn't fly a
knows what it
skyship
is
right in.
in general terms, huh?
You couldn't fly a skyship right
You
in.
couldn't fly a skyship into it. No.
Plus, I'm sure they have like wards and all that stuff
Yes,
to protect
it is the most magically protected city on the planet.
So we're talking about the most magically protected city on the planet. You can't just drive a ship through it and expect to break through all their barriers. It's impossible to do. We would have to talk to people to get in, and to be honest, I'm the only slight follower here. I follow Pallas, who is a demigod of Jakar.
Pretty sure there's like nobody in Fodor. It's really bad there.
What about the threshold?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be easier just to go there and change the time itself?
So we're talking about going directly into the time stream. Maybe that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but it's dangerous, and they don't just let people do that. And they definitely won't just let me do that.
Roll Arcana, and I'll tell you what you know about threshold. Again, just him.
8. It's about the worst I could do.
Yeah, you don't know. You've never seen it. You don't know anything about the threshold. You never
I
heard
went
of
to
it.
school there for years, and I'd never heard of it before. So it must be a well-kept secret.
And it was recommended that we not try that. Wasn't that said?
Basically, yes.
Then it just makes me want to try it. Unless someone else actually knows more about Fodor, can I roll for that one?
Sure.
I've decided I have a weird fascination with it because it's risky.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is history, maybe?
Sure.
9.
9.
You're rolling like crap today.
All you know about Fodor is that it's like just the most hellish place on the planet.
But like, it's really like a coin flip when you go in it, right?
I mean, it's like, it's like, I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be.
I heard random rift in time and space.
Yes,
and
yes,
that
yes.
feels like
It is.
my
There's a
vibe.
lot
Skull
of like.
Island?
It's Skull Island. Yes, it's Skull Island.
They wouldn't appreciate my
I have a question. Sorry.
Go for it.
The other two places, Magnus and Mirage,
Magnestar.
Okay, they are on Jura.
They are, yes.
So Fodor is the only other long distance that we would have
Yes,
to go.
Fodor is the only one that is not on your continental map.
Okay.
Fodor is on the other side of the world for you guys.
And Mirage, though magically protected, people can visit there, or
both of these cities are major cities.
Right.
So like Jura, these are actually, in fact, the 3 largest cities on this continent are Jura, Magnestar, and Mirage. So
Okay.
that is literally the 3 largest cities. So Magnestar and Mirage are absolutely accessible, but it's like in both cases, it's the equivalent of going to Fort Knox or someplace like that is highly guarded, or going to Area 51. Like, these are not places that generally people are allowed to go.
I suppose which one is closer via sky ship?
That would be Mirage.
Not Magnus.
Since this is a matter of
Are they even?
timey-wimey stuff, as someone put it, should we... I know you're not regarded highly there, but why aren't your Time Walker friends helping you?
There are a lot of rules, and when these rules are set, that most people in the order follow them very strictly.
But this is a matter of life and death.
Which is why we are being helped here by someone who understands and really recognizes the importance of that. But I don't think that any other Time Walkers are going to be as helpful
Then
as
why don't I
Jauntus
just
is.
dress up like your boss Tiberius and I'll cast disguise self on myself?
Do you?
Do you?
I don't know. Let's see.
This has been drinking, everyone.
Okay, it's either.
Did you meet
A 3 is disguise self.
Did you meet Tiberius?
No. You told us about him. I think
She's gonna go by your description of Tiberius.
it's just like
Picasso face.
An older version
but
of
with
you.
a much bigger staff with all kinds of diddlings on it. Yeah.
I don't think disguise self gives you an item, but in theory.
Yeah. I'm holding an invisible staff. Like
You just
it's
take a
much
fork.
She sees it.
I'm just saying, since it's a matter of time, shouldn't we enter into the time stream? Wouldn't that be the best course
What's
of
the
action?
downside of the time stream? Why is that such a dangerous thing?
It's not something that you navigate on a whim.
But isn't it something you can navigate?
Yeah, and up to this point, have you not just been saying it is what it is and you just keep lurching forward? Why all of a sudden now are you hesitating? Any
Because
one
we
of
have a
these
choice
choices
now.
could work out
all right.
according to your theory of time.
Truly, we've
know what?
already
You're
made
right.
the decision that we're going to make, so free will may not even exist,
Fine.
and we should just go where
You know
the
what?
world takes
You're right.
us.
I'm going to take a page out of your book.
What?
I'm going to flip a coin. Magnestar or Mirage.
What?
Unless someone has a better idea.
I love it.
No, I say we vote.
Borrow mine.
I don't want my fate being up to some stupid coin.
I don't either.
Shots fired.
Sorry, sister.
Yeah.
I just want to know if there's any knowledge that I would have that would help them in terms of
From your
time or-
perspective, it's a lot easier to get to Mirage than it is to get to Magnestar. Because Mirage is straight sailing. Magnestar is in the mountains, and that's really bad wind, and it's storms and much easier. The Mirage is a straight sail, clear skies, no heavy winds, it's a very simple, maybe 2-day trip tops. Whereas Magnestar is a pain in the ass to get to. Treacherous. From a sky point of view, because it's high up into the mountains.
Got it. Okay.
And,
I feel like we were loud enough.
one of the reasons why Magnestar is where it is because all of the storm activity gives lots of electricity, which fuels the power plants that run Magnestar. So.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, and it would be filled with all kinds of mechanicals. That
Magnestar is mechanical. Yeah, you think there's a lot of mechanicals here. Magnestar is literally a mechanical city.
I'm eyeing all of the mechanicals in this place.
There isn't anything there that hasn't been painted green. If it's green, it's been painted green.
Well, so the downside to Magnestar is that you might have problems there with the people, but the problem at Mirage is the magic. But Mirage maybe is at the better end result. This door to anywhere that they described, that sounds pretty awesome. If we were able to get a door to anywhere.
Might I propose we try one, it doesn't work, we try the other.
Do we have the time for that?
I don't think so.
Well, how long? Oh, okay.
We can ask
Terengo?
No, I'm inside the circle actually. I've been listening. Hey, I can help.
How long?
You see it like short or tall? I'm like, maybe it was in the middle.
You guys just didn't notice. You guys
hiding behind your cape.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I can help.
Thank you for the drink, by the way.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure.
Your name
It was my
again?
drink, but that's fine.
Yeah, what was your name?
You.
I'm Terengo, and I'm gonna be navigating you where you need to go.
Where do you go? There was a wait list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you describe your character?
Yeah, so Terengo looks like maybe a legally acceptable rip-off of like Inigo Montoya meets Puss in Boots. He's got
Covered in fur.
Huh?
Yeah, covered in fur.
Covered in fur. Yeah. No, he's got he's got very garish vestments, very loud, sort of billowy clothing,
kind of.
but underneath studded armor, emphasis on the stud, and a captain's hat with a large plume that, of course, in the circle is rubbing into your face.
Constantly been doing this.
This is a good hat.
And he's got, a lot of angular features. He looks probably about 25-ish, but has scars that maybe belie someone who's been around longer than that. And he is really well shorn, like really cool facial hair that looks like little daggers. That's pretty
cool.
It's pretty sexy.
Very handsome. Very handsome.
Very handsome.
Sorry,
Unlike
where
the
did you say you're from, Captain?
I'm from Tyrr.
You're from here?
Yes. That is why I know how to navigate the skies so well.
So, how long would it take to get to, say, Magnestar or Mirage on your ship?
Well, Magnestar is a much more treacherous journey, but is, something I can absolutely handle for you. It just will be facing some, maybe some storms and other such things, and so that might be a bit more costly.
If you can't do it, just say you can't do it.
I can do it. I can do it. Fear not. You are in safe hands with
And what about
Terengo, wherever
Mirage?
you choose.
Mirage,
6
sir?
days.
Yes.
6 days.
Yes.
So
It's
6
It's
days.
6 days. Yes. I just had to run it through my calculator.
Got it. And Mirage?
Yeah.
2 days.
Fake Wyland. It's 2 days.
2 days.
And what about if we wanted to go to the other side of the world?
The other side of the world.
Like the
Now that brings a sparkle to my eye.
one good hat to another. I see you.
Yeah, whatever the dangerous choice is my favorite choice. Yes, calculate. How much to this place? What is this?
Fodor.
We don't go to Fodor.
We can go to Fodor.
No.
Yes, we can.
No,
how
we
many?
can't.
How many days?
That's a bad idea.
I don't care about your insight on what
Listen,
is a
I'm
good
telling
or
you
bad
that,
idea.
that we've talked about this before. We don't go to Fodor. How many times have we? Seriously.
We can go to Fodor. We can. The price is right. We can go to Fodor.
642 days.
Come on, we can make it faster than that.
12.
12 days.
Sorry.
We can do it in 10.
I've got a question, and it's a bit timey-wimey, but if we go into one of these thresholds or nexuses, do we have to then get back to Tyrr? Or do we just pop up wherever we feel like? Because that's extra days.
If we get there and are able to use whatever we need to use, then I don't think we'll need to worry about the date anymore, because it's 17 days.
No, it's not right, but we've still got to get back to here. Oh, you're saying we could get...
Oh, yes.
Right.
We will need to come back to here, presumably. Well, if I'm thinking about it, the Infinity Well might be able to get us to a place and time, so it could get us directly to Tyrr in the time we want to go.
So round trip. Okay, sounds good to me. Just marking that down for your rate.
Start with one way.
Yeah, start with one way, sir.
Oh, sure. Start with one way. Even better. You know that's one ways are really expensive.
More expensive than the
in some
round
ways,
trip?
yeah. Well, no, not of course
would
not.
make
But I'm just saying, if you book the round trip up front, it is a cheaper rate, of course.
Well, I'm sure you could cut us a deal, seeing as though you do need work, I'm assuming, since your last person cancelled on you.
Like I said, we have a long wait list, so need is a
Why would
a
we
funny way
get
of
to
saying it.
skip your wait list? That feels rude, and I was rude once and I stole a thing, and I'm feeling bad about it ever since, so we shouldn't skip the wait list.
Well, then you shouldn't skip the wait list. Come, Eelynn, let's go.
All right.
Wow. Sorry, everyone.
No, I didn't trust that stone sucker anyway.
I personally believed in him.
I shall pay the bill.
We can. No, hold on. This is the best way to get where we're going.
I agree.
Wait, question. Is all the other...
No, hold on.
And why
Very slow walk away.
Is anyone else ahead on the wait list trying to save everyone in all of time and space?
Everybody has a quest where they claim they're trying to save time and space. They want me to cut a deal because they're trying to save time.
Well, the last guy was just trying to do a tour, so it can't be everyone.
That's true. Everyone but that guy.
I say we go to Mirage. It's 2 days, and if it doesn't work out, we still kind of would have time to go to Magnestar.
Yes.
I agree. I've always wanted to visit Mirage.
I mean, it is really pretty, isn't it, Sin?
I
Yes.
suppose you have something in common.
Yes, I do have something in common.
Question. If in 2 days we are somewhere else and not here, are we changing your vision? Are we
I was going to ask
time?
about that. In your vision, are you sure that it was you or someone or an entity that looks just like you?
I wasn't seeing myself. I was experiencing it.
You were being murdered in
No,
here
that's
in 2
not a
days.
vision. That was
Right, but how
the
do we-
note from.
Sorry.
So that was in the note from the assassin. So the assassin who clearly has ties to people with time magic are telling them where we are going to be. That's why we know that we're going to be. I'm going to be here in 2 days. Now, we can try to make the choice to leave. Honestly, we're in such new territory that might even work. But what I assume will happen is if we try to leave, something will keep us. That is generally how things work when you try to change fate.
Well, that sounds like a challenge.
And I like a challenge, Teal.
Oh.
I say we leave.
Yeah,
In any
me
case-
too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
In any case, we need to stay until tomorrow at least. The assassin doesn't know we're supposed to be here until 2 days from now.
Where are we going to stay? Here?
This
Oh, yes, our
place
rooms
is
have been-
way too
our rooms have been
nice.
paid for.
Our room's already
paid for.
How?
How?
A little bit of help from the one time walker who actually wants to help us.
Note, deep pockets.
Wait, we have a free room here.
This place is so nice.
We've been sleeping on a cave floor. This is. Do you think we can jump on the beds?
Sure.
Let's go!
So we each have a room.
Well, I want to go to the bar because I need
Can
a
we
drink.
sort out the travel?
You're in the
Yes,
bar.
yes,
we're
of
in the
course.
bar.
That's why I hadn't brought it up until. But let's.
So we have to stay until at least tomorrow.
Usually have to stay until at least tomorrow. If everything's sorted by then sure.
How long would it take for you to get ready to travel to Mirage?
Can be ready tomorrow morning.
So we can skip the wait list, and you're sure this is ethical?
I'm just saying, I can make some accommodations.
Can I roll to see to see if he's been lying this entire
So you're
contested. Yeah, you can definitely contest
yes.
my roll.
So go ahead. So his deception against your insight.
All right.
So go ahead and make a deception check if you're lying. I don't know.
Insight.
No, so it's your deception. You're rolling deception.
I'm rolling deception?
Yeah, because you're the one maybe stretching the truth just slightly in this conversation.
Yep. You beat me, probably.
What did you roll?
Don't say that just yet. He has the worst
You have no idea.
Probably.
You have no idea who we're dealing with here.
I rolled a 17. 70.
Yes, I've significantly lower than that.
So I'm just I say, he's making up the wait list. It was a ploy to try to seem like he's busier than he is.
Well, I like his hat,
for
so
deception.
I'm not worried about that.
I'll try not to embarrass him. That's why I say it quietly.
I see.
So wait, how much is this going to cost us? We've not gone over cost, everyone.
You guys have a need, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a ship. It will cost you, I'll give you a fair rate, okay? 10 gold pieces per person per day. That's the best I can do.
So 3 days
That's incredibly low.
times 8 is 24. 240.
That's incredibly low?
Yeah.
I meant per.
No.
No, I think that's funny.
That's very cheap.
I think because you're making it up, and Waylon's like, what are you doing?
Incredibly crafty. Gosh. He dodges everything. He sneaks into the conversation, but he cannot negotiate.
I'll take that.
Oh, boy.
I mean,
Can we stretch that far?
240. Are we able? I don't. Look,
It looks like they're not.
All right, I gotta play a flight to New York. That's $20.
Yeah, that's the best I can do.
The best you can do.
I can't go any lower.
Do we need to
Drive a hard bargain,
convene
sir.
and make a decision on whether we're going to pursue this or not? Excuse me for a
It's
second.
240 total for all 8 of us.
Yeah, 240 total.
I don't know. Is that are you surprised in a good way or like?
I think it's very fair.
Wait, what, Wyland? What? You know I'm not good with the money part. I haven't worked in 3 years.
5 times that.
5 times what?
240 is a
We'll
really
take a mile.
We'll take
Too much. Per nautical mile.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Actually, wait. Can I try to charm him for cheaper?
Oh my God.
Cheaper?
Yes.
Wow.
Why not? I want to use my belief powers.
Well, I mean, you can look. So here's the thing about trying to charm a player character. You may do what you want to do RP wise. If he decides RP wise that he will allow that, sure. But he's a PC. You can't really charm a PC per se, because that.
Right, I'll roll for. I
You
want
can
to
roll
go
anything that you
and-
want, but he gets to decide what he.
Okay.
You can't force an emotional reaction on a PC. Is what I'm saying.
I'm asking him for cheaper.
I understand.
Okay. Yeah, so I walk over to you and I put my hand on your face and.
Okay, that's it. Yep.
My different facial hair.
I don't know why. Yes, please.
Oh, sorry.
Not the soul patch. Don't touch the
Oh,
soul
sorry.
patch.
It is very handsome. I was just wondering, since, you had a cancellation, and I'm sure you do have a wait list, and I know, but you don't have anyone available tomorrow morning, I assume, because you'd have to give them notice, so maybe we could cut a little bit of a deal. especially if we need to return.
Those hands up mean not a good thing to do. Listen, I've already cut my wages by apparently 5 times the amount of And I'll be honest with you, I'm just in search of adventure. And my ship is, it's docked at this really cool dock, okay? And it's really expensive to hold it there. So I just need to cover those wages. And if you guys can cover those wages, then I don't have to work for like a couple months. And that's all I really care about, so.
Is your ship fully functional? Does it have any issues that we should know about before?
Oh, that old bird, she's gonna fly real good. Don't worry.
Well, if you want
Me
adventure,
and my goats have that taken care of.
if you want adventure, just wait for one of Eelyn's dance parties.
Okay, sister. Okay, well,
It's good.
I hope that this money will suffice for your dock fees, and I believe we all agree that this is a fair wage.
I thought we did, and then you said we didn't. And now we're back to we did.
Not a fair wage.
Are we going with this amount?
We should see the ship first. We haven't seen a ship.
I've never been on a ship either.
What did you say the name was?
The Cloud Kirana.
Never heard of
Cloud killer?
Hello?
Where are you from?
Ooh.
it. Place where no cloud ships exist.
I have a guess or two why you haven't heard of my ship.
If we were famous enough, I would have heard of it.
Well, maybe we'll make it famous together, huh?
Do you want to take them to the ship?
Sure, come. Let's go. Let's take these meads to go, huh?
Mead?
I've been told that I shouldn't be walking around the city.
I don't think any of us should.
Perhaps we stay here. In the morning we go. You stay with us because the mead is good here.
Or, I mean...
Or some could
I'm
go
sure
right
it's fine. Is it fine?
It's
Are
an
we-
excellent ship.
See? Are
I've
we
flown
stronger
it
in
everywhere,
numbers?
all over Jura.
Here's the thing. It either flies and gets us there, or he dies. It's as simple as that.
Yes, but I also want to avoid crashing if that's...
We all die, I suppose, if it crashes.
Yeah.
So...
No, but he's right. I do die with you
Yeah,
guys.
so-
Yeah, for sure. That's a part of it.
My point is before we hand over money, we should make sure that there's a real ship.
All right. And let's send a message to our friend at your college.
But what if somebody on his wait list books him before?
Now that's a good
The
question.
wait list was not real.
But you told me that.
It was a negotiation tactic. I will explain
We
later.
can hear you, Laric.
How about this? If maybe one or two of us want to go with him to verify, they can potentially do that tonight, and the rest of us would stay.
I stay with you.
I'll go. I feel like we're the strongest, so at least we have one protecting and one protecting the other group.
Oh, the face rubber is coming?
Face rubber.
Great.
I go up again and rub my hand across the cheek.
Do you
He
say
keeps doing
plural?
that.
I didn't rub a face.
No, it wasn't
I do
pointing.
have this one that's not mine.
Yeah, she still looks like an old version of him.
Stay here. Who wants to come with?
I'll go with you if we're going to go.
Nix, you want to come too? You're
Okay. Sure. I'll come.
And as the 1, 2, 3, 4 of you head out to go see the cloud ship, we will have to leave it for this week. And we will discover next week if the ship is real. All right, thank you. And we'll see you again next week, everybody. Bye-bye.